amendment that is completely germane to the discussion of infrastructure. I can't think of more important infrastructure that would actually secure our homeland from a variety of threats. But as I've always said, coming from a manufacturing background, the first step in solving a problem is admitting you have one. And right now, this administration is in a complete state of denial regarding the crisis that is on the border. This crisis has been growing. It's not a seasonal surge. This is a growing problem.
Order, please.
This has been a growing problem, and I have my chart here that demonstrates that. Here's January. This is when President Biden came into office. You can see the enormous surge of the crisis he created. Vice President Harris went down to Central America looking for the root cause of this crisis. She only would have had to walk into the Oval Office and look at President Biden because President Biden is the root cause of this crisis. It's his policies, the dismantling of successful policies from the previous administration that had stemmed the flow, that had largely secured our border until this president took office and reversed all that progress. It's a real shame. But let me just give you the numbers because you have to describe the problem. This has been growing for the last 4 or 5 months in particular. We have been averaging first almost 6,000 and now over 6,000 apprehensions per day. 6,000. In June it was 6,249. In July it'll probably be over 6,500. There have been weeks we believe it's over 7,000 people per day coming in and being apprehended at the border. Now that doesn't even count the 750 to 1,000 known gotaways. DHS is now, or CBP at least, is now estimated that's going to result in about 269,000 people coming to this country that we know they came in, we just couldn't catch them. This also doesn't even describe or enumerate how many unknown gotaways. So again, the fact of the matter is, from January through July, approximately 1.3 million people have been apprehended coming into this country without documentation. About 173,000 of those individuals have been released in the interior, either with a notice to appear or even worse, a notice to report. If you multiply that times 2, that's 346,000 people dispersed to all points of America. DHS, this administration is not notifying the states, not notifying the cities that these individuals, apparently claiming asylum, are coming into communities near you. You add that to the 269,000 estimated known gotaways, that's over 600,000 people just this year. That's larger than the population of the state of Wyoming. It's approaching the population of the state of Vermont. And again, this is while we have the Title 42 restrictions in place. Probably about 900,000 people in the first 7 months have been returned under Title 42. If the administration ends that program, imagine the surge. Now, there once was a time when securing the border was a nonpartisan issue. Senator McCain led the charge. In 2006, this body passed on a vote of 80 to 19 the Secure Fence Act, which was going to build about 700 miles of fence. In the end, only 36 miles was double-layer fencing. The rest was pretty ineffective, as we've seen. But voting for that bill was President Biden, President Obama, Senator Carper, Secretary of State Clinton, Senator Feinstein, Senator Schumer, Senator Wyden, Senator Stabenow. This is a bipartisan effort to secure our border. But somewhere between 2006 and 2021, this has become a partisan issue. Now, what's absurd is in the last administration, again, pretty well solved the problem. Had allocated about $10 billion to build the fence. It's all been contracted. It's all been paid for. We built about 453 miles of the 738 miles it was contracted for. 285 miles remain unbuilt. An excellent report by Senator Langford shows that we've spent about $2 billion getting out of those contracts. $2 billion to not build the wall. It's costing us $3 million a day just to guard the steel fencing, this lane they're not being used. So my amendment is very simple. It's very common sense. It says, please, let's recognize fences work. Certainly Congress recognized it when we put a double layer around the People's House for a number of months, spent hundreds of millions of dollars on that security effort. So let's not waste the taxpayers' money. Let's recognize walls work. We need to complete the 285 miles of wall that will help secure our border, that will help secure our homeland, that will help keep Americans safe. It's a very simple amendment. Let's hope it's not a partisan result. With that, Mr. President, I'll yield the floor.